I just read an article over the weekend of an HR employee that was shredded or like destroyed something like 150,000 company documents. Just 'cause. When I look at the quote-unquote internal threat landscape, I go, that doesn't necessarily always mean malicious, nefarious type intent. It can mean Bob in accounting accidentally deleted the QuickBooks file.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Or somebody deleted a HR folder or financials folder, or just even, it could be anything. That's always an issue. It could be your entire artwork folder, gone. And so those kinds of threats do exist. There's also other types of threats when we're talking about internal employees. I would say an end user is the single biggest threat to any company across the board for any reason. Or we're talking about ransomware, viruses, you name it. That's, fraud, phishing, you name it. That's the biggest issue. So when you look at that, you have to look at, again, having not just policies and procedures, but you also have to have the technology in place to make sure your business is safe. And so we talk about backups. Somebody you get hit with ransomware, backups. You get hit with somebody deleted an entire HR folder, backups. You get hit with whatever it is. Again, backups, but there's also the endpoint protection piece. Endpoint protection is going to keep you protected against those threats. And when we talk about security, it's the onion.
Like onions.
They stink?
Yes. No.
Oh, they make you cry?
No.
Oh, you leave them out in the sun, they get all brown, start sprouting little white hairs?
No. Layers. Onions have layers.
You've got to have multiple layers. So you've got to have, client computer side protection. You've got to have server protection. You've got to have backups. And even in your backups, you want local and off-prem, meaning cloud, most likely backups. But you can also have the nefarious side of it too. And I've seen this from clients too, where somebody, I don't mean total nefarious, but I have seen instances with some clients where, before I came on board, ex-employee went in and deleted everything. Whether it was deleted all their email that had stuff that they needed in it, or deleted a bunch of files off their machine that maybe they needed. It does happen. So, you just have to have all of those protections in place across the board. Like I said, it's a multi-layered approach, and you have to think about it as almost like liability insurance for your business. How much is that lost time and lost revenue and lost reputation and whatever it may be, what does that look like for you? So when we talk about protecting against the end user or internal threats, you have to have those things in place as your insurance policy against your employees.